Hey everyone, this is Matt Houston. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday evening. I know this is it's getting late. It's around 9:26 Central Standard Time. I'm running on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram. Not Instagram Live. I'm not doing that yet, but I'm doing Periscope. Also doing LinkedIn Live. So thank you all for coming. If you would please feel free to drop comments in the chat. Today I want to discuss a topic that's near and dear to me, and it's music. I love music. I love hearing it. I love listening. I love studying. I love performing music. But for the last year, specifically during this shelter in place, I haven't done much listening to music that I normally would. Normally, I would either be on Tidal or Spotify or on my iTunes account, and I would just listen to new albums. I would create playlists, do things of that nature. Haven't done that much. I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks, been listening to a lot of podcasts in the last year or so. And so on Monday, I thought it's first day of the February, Black History Month, but wanted to start listening to music. I just want to spend, normally first days of the month, I try to start a habit and just see how far I can go with it. And so I wanted to start listening to music again. And so I selected iTunes. I went to the iTunes. I haven't been on iTunes for a long time. I have another service that's my primary content absorber of podcast, music, and things of that nature, audiobooks. But I turned on iTunes, and I wanted to know the new artist in jazz. I wanted to hear not smooth jazz. I respect smooth jazz. I respect instrumental R&B. I respect the things and the contributions of those artists. But I wanted to listen to straight ahead jazz and to hear what new jazz flavor is out in the 21st century. And so I wanted to go to one of the multiple playlists, select jazz, and just let it go. Play that jazz radio. I go to the radio. I go to the menu, and it goes. I select genres, and in genres you would see hip hop, country, jazz, classical, all of these type of genres, and you'll see an icon or a thumbnail on there. In classical, of course, the thumbnail will probably be a piano or some type of venue that looks like an orchestral opera type, very classical event. Hip hop naturally is a Black person, someone of color, who's probably in the Gen Z, late millennial age demographic. Country, of course, there's this a rural white flavor to the thumbnail. Easy listening has something that's like peaceful and an ocean type deal. But when I saw jazz, I was taken aback. I actually was triggered a little bit because I didn't see what I was expecting to see. Now, am I saying what I'm expecting to see is right? No, I'm not. That's not what this message is saying. But what I am saying is that I was triggered by something, and that something was a white individual being represented as a thumbnail of jazz. And initially, I felt in anger. I felt emotionally upset because how dare these large music companies represent for new music listeners that jazz is not based in the Black form. Like, and in my raising, in my growing up, in my community, how I was brought up, if you are imitating something or someone or something, and you're not paying any homage or respecting where you got it from, it's typically fighting words, right? And so that was my initial gut reaction when I saw a non-black person being on the thumbnail of jazz. I was infuriated. In fact, I didn't listen to jazz. I shut off that app. But then I thought about how jazz that I like, which I like bop, post bop, fusion, going into electronic type, Miles Davis, Nefertiti to Herbie Hancock, Headhunters, or the Weather Report, that type of genre of jazz going into this fusion funk space. I realized that there are so many iterations of that music form that it's not fair. It's just not fair for me to feel angry about that person who's either on the photo or even the programmer who selected that picture to be the thumbnail. But it still made me think of all of the contributions that people, descendants of slaves, people whom I come from, consistently not being acknowledged of their contributions to a society that is the best on earth. Like, we've been a superpower on the backs of free labor in the capitalistic marketplace. And so the anger, the frustrations that I and maybe other people feel, I don't know, this is just me talking, motivates me, right? It allows me to push further, to be great, so that I can then make some stake, so that my people can be equitably acknowledged of our contributions. I'm not saying that we are not. That's not the argument. The argument is equity. Is the amount of energy or talent that we exert. Did we get an equal or greater return on that? And the answer is woefully no, even to this day. And so I was angry, I was upset, but then I turned on Facebook. And there was a Zoom thumbnail of 4 musicians, jazz musicians, talking. And it was a conversation that was led by Herbie Hancock. In fact, what I will do is, let me see if I can chat this Facebook link. I don't think I can. But Herbie Hancock was leading this discussion with Wayne Shorter, Terrence Blanchard, and Branford Marsalis. All of these are jazz royalty. Wayne Shorter and Herbie Hancock are probably in their elder statesmen in the jazz space. They're legends. They're gods, pretty much. They're Mount Rushmore. They are the pantheon of jazz music, right? And Terrence and Branford are still in their prime. They are very influential. Branford is actually a professor at South Carolina State University teaching jazz, improvisation, things of that nature. Terrence Blanchard is the music director of most, if not all, of Spike Lee's films, going all the way back to Malcolm X. So these are heavyweights, and they grew up together as teenagers in New Orleans. And so I heard all of these idols that I have, people who I look up to in the jazz space, just talk about jazz and talk about the power and the freedom of expression, and how jazz transcends not only what's on paper, but as long as the people that are around you are in sync, and that you all are relaying a message, that's the importance of jazz. It's not identifying, putting it in a box. It's not staking claim to it. It's being able to effectively express an art form, and everyone's enjoying the story that you're saying. And I said that, and when I heard that, it was so humbling, because I had no reason to be angry. I had no authority to be angry. If these individuals do not respond to their anger or to their frustration in the manner that I am, and they're invested into it, they're architects of it, then who am I? And so after I listened to that 30-minute video, I felt at peace and realized it's not that I wanted a black person to represent jazz. I really just want America to acknowledge all of the contributions black people have done in this country. If we're able to do that, it's not, we can discuss reparations later. We can discuss all of those other things, those other debate topics later. But we still haven't gotten past first base. We haven't hit the ball and made it to first base yet. And effectively acknowledging by the powers that be, not from organizations that are derived from people of color or who are the people who did not disperse that oppression. We need to hear it from the heads so that we can then come to the table and create a solution to move forward. Because if we don't address this issue, we've said this for hundreds of years, the race sin in America is the biggest sin of all. Let's address it. Let's move forward with it so that we can build our country, rebuild it so that we can make it great. Thank you all very much. And Aliyah, thank you for saying that. Acknowledging the contributions are key. And so I just want to share that word on a Thinking Thursday. I'm starting these Thinking Thursdays just on random topics that I've dealt with through the week. This has been brewing for the last 4 days. I saw the app on Monday, and for the last 2 or 3 days just went through several emotions. And where I would like to end this is to actually hear people's feedback. And if you're interested in having a discussion, maybe from 2 weeks from now, or let's say Saturday, February 20th, if you're interested, please hit me a message, shoot me a direct message, send me an email, or follow me. Hit me up and say you want to have a discussion to talk about this and other things in music concerning representation and people's contributions to it. So if you want to have that discussion, hit me up. I appreciate you taking time out to listen. And please let me know what you think and follow me on all social media platforms. Y'all have a good night. Peace.